Hello, welcome to Top TV's Newspaper Review. My name is William Sabwile, and to our Muslim viewers and friends out there, happy Eid al-Fitr. I hope you've been enjoying the holiday, even though in some part of the country the holidays are over and people are back to their workspaces. And if you're one of those that is watching us, thank you for always joining us. This is where we bring you the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria, and today is not different. We'll be bringing you the headlines across the newspapers, what happened over the weekend and up till now. Shortly, that will be after this break. You stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
Welcome back from that break. Let's go to the headlines. Today is the 4th day of May 2022, and we'll begin the headlines from this day newspaper. And as the headliner here on this day newspaper, we see Akeredolu to Buhari. It's Southerners' turn to produce next president. Don't keep party waiting. Rotational presidency legal, constitutional, says Bamidele. Clark insists on Igbo presidency, accuses North of oppression, warns any Southerner agreeing to be VP on patriotic. All right, that's the major headline on this day newspaper. Other headlines here on this day newspaper, we see UN scribe Guterres. The Boronu I found today is one of hope. The Boronu I found today is one of hope. That is the UN Secretary General speaking there. Also, we'll take this headline from this day newspaper. Say U.S. Supreme Court orders probe after rare leak of draft abortion ruling. That you find on page 10 of this day newspaper. All right. Moving on, we go to the Guardian newspaper. For today, the 4th day of May 2022. As the headliner here, we see intense jostle for market shares as telcos delve into retail banking. MTN targets fourth quarter for PSB services. Airtel to announce this month. Banks struggle to retain talents as telcos launch aggressive headhunt. Telcos broadband control raises fear of unfair competition. DMBs source viable fintechs for acquisition. All right, strike may persist in varsities by SANU NAAT. Other stories here, we see next president must come from southern Nigeria, Akeredolu tells APC. Peter Obi stresses need to replace sharing with production formula. News on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. All right, moving on, we go to the Punch newspaper. And at the Punch newspaper here, we see presidency. APC may field northern candidate awaits PDP primary. That story is on page 2. We say presidential ticket. God will show us the way, says Lawan. Blame PDP if not retains power, says APC chieftain. Nigerians suffering deserve new leadership, PDP spokesperson. All of that you find on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. All right, moving on, we see here federal government may release detained terrorists in exchange for 68 trained hostages. Federal government may release detained terrorists in exchange for 68 trained hostages. Also, we see this picture coming from the collapsed building in Lagos State, and right under that picture, it's a very sad, worrisome picture, but right under that we see tears as copper. 9 tenants die in Lagos building collapse, Buhari laments. So all of that you find on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. We also see here, we see striking ASU members shouldn't be paid. Federal government speaking there. Eid al-Fitr, security beefed up as Buhari prays in military barracks. All right, next we go to other papers here, and that will be the Daily Sun newspaper. And on the Daily Sun newspaper, you see here, give your presidential tickets to Southeast. Traders urge APC, PDP. And that story is on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Also, right under that story, we see terrorism. Kanu heads to appeal court, seeks dismissal of charges. That's on page 5 of the Daily Sun newspaper. As a headliner on the Daily Sun, we see 2023 presidential election. I'll hand over to whoever wins, assures Buhari. Again, other security heads go after eliminate terrorists. Salutes media on role in sustaining democracy. All of that is on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. All right, other headlines here on the Daily Sun. We take this one. It's a race for PDP ticket. Hots up. Atiku battles to retain 2019 structure. Other aspirants target power brokers, retired generals. All right, we also see here World Press Freedom Day. Media under attack. Editors lament. Say threat to media, threat to democracy. That's on page 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. So you need to get details of that. You need to pick up a copy and read up the stories in details. And moving on, we go to the Vanguard newspaper. And on the Vanguard newspaper, here's the headline. Now we see Muslim clerics, Khan, PFN, attack APC, PDP on zoning. We are for Southern presidency, Islamic preachers. No going back on Southern Christian presidency. Khan, PFN mobilizing for Christian president. Source, Buhari zoning bury Nigeria. SMBLF wants APC. PDP orders zoning tops agenda as PDP's NEC meets May 10th. I'll take it again. Zoning tops agenda as PDP's NEC meets May 10th. All right, moving on. We'll take other headlines here on the Vanguard newspaper here. With Twitter ban 4 months after Buhari tweets for first time. And then right beside that story, you see World Press Freedom Day. Editors say media freedom under attack in Nigeria. All right, we'll take one more paper and that's it for today. And that will be the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust newspaper here, we see World Press Freedom Day. Nigerian journalists decry worsening conditions. 71 pressmen killed, 293 incarcerated in 1 year worldwide. Practitioners under surveillance in Nigeria, IPI. Stick to ethics, governments tell media. All right, that's the headliner, and it's on page 5. That's where I read the details of that headline. Moving on, we see these other headlines. It says 7 years after federal government yet to implement aviation development roadmap. All right. That's on page 21 of Daily Trust newspaper. Also, we see 2023 presidency. Tinubu Osibanjo orders Southwest leaders to meet Friday. And then at the bottom part here, we see this very beautiful, colorful pictures of Muslim faithfuls that are celebrating the Eid al-Fitr. A very beautiful and colorful one there. And that picture is coming from Durban Festival at the Emir of Kano's Palace yesterday. All right, but right under that, we see the headline, will never allow terrorists to have their way. Sultan will never allow terrorists to have their way. The Sultan of Sokoto speaking there. And also we see Army declares war on IPOP for killing couple personnel. All right, that is all the papers will be taking today, the 4th day of May 2022. But right after now, we'll be having some discussions about some of the headlines that have been read out to you on this very fine 4th day of May. Now, you would like to be a part of this, you can do so by dropping your comments and reactions on the comment section. Also, do well to follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Facebook as Tap TV, on Instagram is TapTV_NG, and on Twitter is at Tap TV also. So drop your comments about these headlines on those platforms. We'd love to interact with you. But right after this break, we'll be back with the conversations. You stay tuned. Right, welcome back from that break. I've been joined by Mr. Sonny Gumarai. You're welcome. And we're going to be talking about some of the headlines I've read out to you today. And we want to talk about the World Press Day. And our case study will be Daily Trust newspaper. And the headline there says, World Press Freedom Day, Nigerian journalists decry worsening condition. Well, the experience as a journalist in Nigeria has been, I don't know how to put it, but it hasn't been a great one as professionals in Nigeria. But let me ask you, are journalists, the media in Nigeria, are they really free?
Not at all. You know, because in Nigeria, press still suffer abuse. You know, they still have press here sometimes have been arrested by government officials just because they're in charge. You know, and as a pressman, maybe you put up a story about them. You know, the next thing they just come and arrest the pressman without any police warrants. You know, sometimes they even take them to undisclosed places. You know, so press people here in Nigeria still go through a lot. We are still back in terms of the international best practices, which is not observed here in Nigeria. So there's a limit to press freedom in Nigeria. Yeah,
there's a whole lot. I mean, even in terms of remuneration and the practice as well. I mean, let's take some case studies. During the NSAS, there were a lot of things, you know, but the current, you know, administration would not let the press cover. Just recently, you know, when Channels TV, I think, was trying to cover the reopening of the Lekki Concession Company toll gates. You know, you could see publicly how the police.
You can see how they were.
You know, and that is just one of many cases that you know. You know,
and I also want to talk about the case of Twitter. You know, that's suppressing press freedom. You know, and human rights. It's also human rights violations where people cannot say what they want to say, or maybe you are in government, your government is not doing right, you want to suppress their voice, you don't want them to speak, you know, and one way through which they can express themselves because they cannot meet you one-on-one is via Twitter. You know, that was why, for me, you could see the way they were pushing to ban Twitter in Nigeria, and Twitter was suspended for a while. For me, that is also suppressing press freedom. Yes. You understand? So we are way back. Yeah.
You know, it's a good day to, you know, mention some of these challenges that a lot of, you know, pressmen face, because people are not aware. They feel it's just about bringing the information to, you know, to the doorsteps and to the...
Yes, then another thing also, you see investigative journalism here in Nigeria, most of the press people here, because one, we don't have an insurance system for pressmen. There's no insurance, you know, so most of the risks you take as pressmen, you take it because, okay, maybe you want to put up a big story. You want to put up a big story, but you are doing that at your own risk. Because even maybe you are trying to follow up a story, you are trying to investigate someone, you could get killed in the process. And we've had stories of such here in Nigeria. So I think government should come up with policies that are going to protect pressmen, because the pressmen or press is also the mirror to any nation.
Very true. And it's also like a checkmate to the activities of any, you know, organization or nation, as it were, nationwide. And I mean, look at our counterparts in other countries. They are doing excellently well, and you see the extent to which they go to investigate their stories. I mean, look at the Ukraine war. see how many journalists have decided to, put their life on the line and just to put out real stories, tangible stories. And this is because of the way, some of these countries or some of these, let me say, countries out there, have decided to take care of people in the press, But in Nigeria, that's a different case. I don't think any Nigerian journalist, they might have a few that have that extreme level of passion for the job to go out and put their life on the line. But most press people here won't do that because of the intimidation and the kind of government that we find ourselves in. But today being World Press Freedom Day, it's a good day to put out some of the challenges that people face in this profession. And kudos to all of the press men and women out there doing a great job, including us. Kudos to you, Mr. Sunny. Well, for today, that's all the headlines we'll be taking on our conversation segment. We'll take more on other episodes of the program, but because of time, we won't be able to do more than this. But join us again tomorrow for another interesting episode of the Newspaper Review here on TAP TV. My name is William Sabule. And don't forget to also follow us on all our social media handles. They'll be showing on the bottom part of this screen. So follow us on all of those platforms. We'd love to hear from you. Till next time I come your way again, you stay well and stay safe.